a human with no clothes on.
It's a very small child.
Yeah, like that.
That is creepy.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Right, but that's still crap.
But
Really good. I really enjoyed it. Really good. I really enjoyed it.
Hi, welcome to the CineShow Podcast. I'm Jamie, and this is
Matt, and together we are Spanner
the
and
A-Team.
Spanner and Wrench.
Spanner and Wrench.
Yes,
Who's who?
I'm thinking of a TV pilot for a new TV show. You can write it down if you want as I'm talking about it.
I don't want to be called Spanner.
No, you play Wrench, the wisecracking American cop, mainly because you can do an American accent.
Okay.
I'm Spanner, the straight-laced British cop.
Right.
We're undercover in a garage looking for car thieving gangs.
Okay.
You don't want to write any of this down, you sure?
No, it's all up here, mate.
Okay.
I'm the
And-
intelligent one.
Every episode has a blazing, crazy, massive car chase.
Nice.
Lots of explosions. Think something along the lines of Gone in 60 Seconds meets Cagney and Lacey.
That does sound amazing.
It
I'm
does
not gonna
sound
lie.
amazing. Spanner and Wrench.
Yes, but where's the budget? Where you?
It's just going to come. It's going to come from my pockets
Right,
and
okay.
from
For
sales
car
of
chases and stuff.
DVDs.
Right, you heard it here, guys. I just heard it.
And there's a dragon in it as well.
A dragon.
Talking dragon.
Okay. That sounds.
Yes.
I've watched that though.
It sounds good.
Yeah, Spanner and Wrench. Right.
I'll try better next time. I don't think
we'll
you really took it in and
we'll put a
appreciated
trailer
it.
together. Right, so follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. How many are we at now?
We're at 122 subscribers, which is some way shy of the 500 that we'd like.
Okay, so how do we remedy that?
Well, what we need is people to share the damn thing.
Yes.
Share it around. Get it seen.
Yes, so then... people
Register
need to-
for a YouTube account. It's free.
Yeah, is it just Google or you...
You just sign in with Google, Facebook, whatever you...
We need subscriptions,
Whatever your
basically.
poison.
We're begging. This is how
We're
it's
not,
gone.
I don't think we're begging,
I'm
because
begging.
we're just happy-go-lucky kind of guys. We're not
No.
really that bothered, I suppose. It'd be
Yeah.
nice for more people to see it. But we'll carry on, even if we only have 2 subscribers.
So we'll do a new program called Beg, Steal and Borrow. We'll
Borrow,
need someone
yeah,
called Borrow.
I'll
we'll have to have a dog called Borrow.
I'll start doing the treatment. I'll bring it next time.
I don't know what's going on, guys, but basically, yeah.
On this episode, the big reviews are Bring Her Back, Nobody 2, Weapons, and Thursday Murder Club.
Yep.
We're also going to be talking about other stuff we've watched, and there's some good stuff we've watched, and there's some not so good stuff we've watched. We are, of course, in Cleethorpes. We're in
Yes.
the Church of Nostalgia, my record shop, and in Cleethorpes we have a cinema.
Yes.
It's
Parkway
beautiful.
Cinema,
It's just
where
a beautiful building.
Where I've watched all of these movies that we've just referenced. Yeah, I love it. I love its location, and I think they're getting a new one. I'd love to know if... I mean, Parkway do sponsor these episodes, so it'd be nice to get. I'll chase it up and find out where they're at with the Grimsby one. So we'll find out.
Yeah,
Use
we
your
don't know if it's going to have
contacts.
an IMAX, it may be 4D, it may be 5D. Is there a 6D?
6D.
Is there a 5D?
I don't know.
All
I'm
the
sure
Ds.
somewhere in the world there's a 6D. I don't know what
Probably,
it is.
I think they'd probably just set you on fire.
Yeah.
Like if there's an action scene,
Yeah.
they actually burn your skin.
Fair enough. I'm not sure you're going to get shot for that.
For the realism.
But yeah, who's down for 6D? Put it in the comments.
Yeah, go to the cinema, go to your local cinema, wherever you are in the world, go to your local, support your local cinema.
Yeah.
I don't have a fun fact about Cleethorpes.
That's depressing. I have a great fact about Cleethorpes.
Say
It's
it.
very relevant, and it's very relevant to why I've got this shirt on today. Is Cleethorpes have a football team that play in Grimsby, and Grimsby Town play in Cleethorpes. So it's one of the biggest football quizzes questions ever. Is that which team never plays at home? And the answer is Grimsby Town, because they play in Cleethorpes, which is just up the road at Blundell Park. And the reason I brought it up and the reason I'm wearing this shirt today is because they just beat the mighty Manchester United in the in the League Cup, second round, and I cannot stress how much of a
You
big deal that is.
were very excited. I'm not a
Yeah.
football fan, but even I was quite moved by
Yes,
the
honestly,
goings on.
that's not David and Goliath. That was whatever else. That was something and something else. An ant and a elephant.
Yeah.
But just being there, and they was worthy winners. I know this is a cinema podcast, but I just thought, for the sake of being local, I just thought that definitely needs a mention to get that out there. Super proud, and I love the fact that kids are walking around wearing their Grimsby tops over all the Premier League ones and stuff like that. So to segue, it was like a bit like watching a movie. I'm not going to lie, and the emotions was there. Because
And to be fair, wherever people are, most people in the world would know of this.
Yeah, I think
event.
there was 150 million people online, offline, watching it, which is awesome. And I believe it's brought a little bit of exposure to Cleethorpes and stuff. So just big up for Grimsby Town. And I just wanted to have a little question before we start our thing. Any notable sports movies that you like?
Oh, good Lord in heaven.
I know, I've just thrown that on you.
That's come from nowhere. Yes.
Go on.
I was a massive fan of Major League.
That was mine.
Major League when I was. I don't know how much I was. How much I
Charlie
was.
Sheen
I was about
Tom
20
Berenger.
pence. Yes. I was
so
been
funny.
15, 16, I think.
Yeah.
And the bit, and still to this day, that bit where Charlie Sheen comes from
Wild
Thing,
Yeah, with his new glasses on.
that heavy version of Wild Thing with his glasses and he's crazy. We all had haircuts like that.
Yes.
Had my hair done like that.
Do you know what? Now looking at your cap, I'm going to get a...
Cleveland Indians.
Is it Cleveland Indians?
Yeah, but they've changed the logo. It was a different time.
Well, I'm going to get one.
They haven't got the
I'm
Indian
definitely going to get one because that was one of mine.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to say about, because I just saw that film. It's like a family favourite in my house as well.
Yeah.
But it's just funny.
The
Super
tension's
funny.
so good. The game at the end, the tension's so high. It's so well
And the
done.
music, yeah.
They did a second one, which was terrible.
I know, yeah. It was. Let's not talk about that one.
I don't think Charlie was in it.
Yeah.
Oh God, there'd be loads.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I was going to
Hoosiers?
say is which one?
Hoosiers.
Yeah, isn't that?
Gene Hackman.
And who else is in that?
Can't remember.
Keitel? Not a Keitel, is it?
Harvey Keitel.
No. Matey Boy from Speed and Waterworld.
Garno.
Who? No, the villain.
Hopper.
Hopper. He's in Who's he, isn't he? Sure
Yes. Does he play? He plays some one of the
think he won an
team's
Oscar for it.
alcoholics' dad.
Yeah, I think
think.
he won his only Oscar for that. Hopper. I might be wrong. Put it in the
They're just
comments.
popping into my head now. Jerry Maguire.
That's another one of mine. This is weird.
It is weird.
Because
that's why we're
mine
here.
would have been Major League, Jerry Maguire, and Moneyball.
Oh God, yes.
Great film.
Moneyball. Not that much sport in it.
No, but that was what I was
But
going to
then-
say.
but
I was
same with Jerry
wondering
Maguire.
whether I really like to watch the ones kind of like behind the scenes stuff. Major League.
Any
not
given
that, but
Sunday.
Great film. Casting, that is amazing. But yeah, Jerry Maguire for me was one of the times I felt like Tom Cruise there was a bit of an agenda against him because it was at the height of all the Scientology thing. I think Travolta kind of suffered from that a little bit when he had his little bit of a renaissance as well. Like, he was getting ignored, I think, because he was sort of leaning
And
towards
continues
it.
to be ignored now to this day.
Yeah,
Really.
but basically Tom Cruise not winning that for Jerry Maguire. I can't remember who won it in
Cuba.
'97.
Well, no, Cuba won Best Supporting,
yeah,
didn't he?
I think it was Jeffrey Rush for Shine in '97. If I'm wrong, correct me. I might be wrong, but basically that, and a couple of times like Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. I don't know. Whoever won in the years where he was in these films must have been unreal, because I can't believe he hasn't won an Oscar. I think he's only had a couple of nominations. One for Magnolia.
I thought he'd won for Born on the 4th of July.
No.
Did he not?
Never won one. Mad, isn't it? Yeah, he's. I know he's had one for. He was nominated for Jerry Maguire, and I don't think he was nominated for Few Good Men, which is insane. And then Magnolia, and they've been in films like Top Gun, which have either won or been nominated. But yeah, no, it's weird. It's a really weird one because we love him or hate him. I mean, I personally love him, but I know a lot of people can't deal with like, the action
the
part
guy
of
just
it,
wants
but-
to entertain.
But he's actually a fucking really good actor. Anyway, we digress.
We've got some, and that was a nice little sports chat. We'll have something similar next time round. I'll drop one on you next time, which sounds slightly dodgy. Comments from last episode. We've had comments. We get comments. We may not have thousands of subscribers, but we've got a small but loyal fan base. David says, so last episode we reviewed F1 and Fantastic Four, Jurassic World Rebirth, and another big movie. David says, as an F1 fan, loved the film even with the cheese.
Really?
God love him. And that was, but I know Dave is a massive F1 fan, and I did say if I was an F1 fan, maybe I'd have enjoyed it a little bit more than I did.
Yeah.
But he's there for that. Rob says, I thought Jurassic Park Rebirth had the best soundtrack since the original 1993 film.
Yeah, but I would argue that's because they used some of the same motifs.
There's definitely elements of the score that seem to go with this piano.
On that note, I've started to notice that more and more films are actually doing that. Whereas previously they never used to lean on. It was only for motifs, like general motifs for the films, like Harry Potter, John Williams. There was a bit of stick at when he wasn't doing. He never went on to do them all. So like, but people using his motifs.
Yeah.
And there was like not legal thing, but it was definitely like an artistic issue there. So I think they're doing that more and more, and it's linking these films up.
Yeah.
Because for people who like films and do notice that stuff, and people who don't like to really care, it's still there in the background.
Yeah, and there'll be certain scenes in the film, won't there, as well, where they suddenly bring in the original score for a certain
even if you're not fully listening to it, subliminally, you'll be thinking, oh, this feels like that. So I do get that.
Yeah. And he adds at the end, vinyl already ordered.
Nice.
You don't mess about. And JP says, Blu-ray, way superior streaming, especially sound-wise. This was our conversation we had about the return of physical media.
Yeah.
So he's...
I'm on my journey now.
JP's all about that.
I've got my multi-region DVD player out, and I am actually starting to look for classics. I think I told you this. When I moved back to Cleethorpes, because I used to live in London, for those who do or don't know, for quite a long time, working for various production companies in London and stuff like that. But when I moved back, I had my stuff in storage, and I had 500, I think it was 500 DVDs. And then in the end, when I moved to somewhere else, I was realising I was just traipsing stuff that I'd bought for the sake of buying. So I sort of streamlined it down to classics and stuff that I knew I probably wouldn't get again. Like special editions of stuff. Like you're not going to get off on Amazon or whatever. Or if you are, you're going to pay 40, 50 quid for it. So I just trimmed off the fat a little bit. But I'm starting to build on that a little bit now. And I was saying to the missus that we were just having this conversation not long ago, because I bought her a turntable for it, and she's been in here and bought a few vinyls off herself. I'd just love to now get set up for doing physical media again in every sense. CDs, vinyl. Don't get me wrong, streaming is absolutely vital to
convenient.
And it's vital for people to be able to consume so much content and films and TV so fast. But I just think in the home setting, I do miss, when that first menu comes up, having that option to go, special features. You know what I mean? And I wish streaming platforms also offered that option. To put the extra stuff on there, so you can kind of be like, rather than it just being its own.
They do tend to have
thing.
Some tend to have a trailer. I think Amazon's quite good at it. You can go along, and there's one that says a bit that says extras, and there'll be like the trailer.
Okay.
But I've not seen like a making of documentary.
No.
Like that.
Well, the way I've seen it now is that the way they try and do it, and I'm assuming this is for more likes and views and things and stuff like that. But it's almost like its own separate thing. So like, what's on the back of one of these DVDs as the making of this is now something you would have to search for. The making of this, and it's its own content. But that's my point. You have to search for it. Whereas if you just stick the DVD on and it's there, and you go, because I years ago I would watch every single thing that was on there. If it was a film, the Fight Club one, for instance, is amazing. I think we should do an episode purely on social media, on physical media. I think they're all on social media, aren't they? Physical media, to look at top sort of discs with what's on it and quality, because like
people used to. I remember there used to be a film review program on I think it was Channel 4, when they used to not only review the film, but then they'd also talk about what else was on the disc.
Whether it was quality, whether it was worth the money or not. Lord of the Rings extended edition, I don't think they're going to be beat.
Well, we've got a Speed retro review coming up.
Yes.
And I happen to have a copy of Speed, both on VHS and DVD, in my fair shop.
Nice.
So we'll see what's on the back of the DVD.
Yeah, that'll be great.
What extras do we get? Brilliant. Right, okay, shall we get on to the big reviews?
Big reviews.
Let's do it.
Right, so now it's the big reviews.
Shall I go first, Captain?
Go for it.
I'm going to start with weapons.
Come on, what am I looking at?
Leave the investigating to the investigators.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching?
Okay.
Directed by Zach Greger, who also directed the highly enjoyable Barbarian.
Yes, which is amazing.
Yeah, kind of one of those Two Harbour kind of films, a bit like Sinners and
Yeah.
I think it starts off with one thing, turns into something else. Starring Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, and I can't say this guy's name. He was the guy who played Solo in the film Solo. Elden
Elderbrook. No.
Rick. I think it's Elden Rick.
Elderflower.
Elderflower. And Benedict Wong.
Benedict Wong.
classic actor Benedict Wong. He was in The Martian as well as The Scientist. He's been in lots of stuff.
Right, okay. Benedict Wong.
Well,
I'll have to check him out. I bet I know something about that.
Quick Google synopsis. Sorry,
Let's have
not
that
not organised. That's because we're just so
Are we starting this music?
fancy free. We don't need to start the music because I'm just on it like a car bonnet.
Would anybody
Like to help us.
if we start getting them printed, we're thinking about getting t-shirts done where it says start the music and it'll have the CineShow Podcast on the back. Put in the comments if you'd have one. Not really fussed about making money, but we don't want to lose money either.
They wouldn't be free, unfortunately.
No.
Maybe we could give one to when we have guests on, when they've been on 5 times, they get a t-shirt.
Ah.
A bit like Sunday Brunch, when they've had so many appearances, they get a special mug.
Yeah.
You always say.
Yeah, I just mean they won't be expensive. That's what I meant.
Overview of weapons. When all but one child from the same classroom mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. So we start off with a...
Isn't it based on a true story?
Well, let me tell you this.
Okay.
A little monologue starts at the beginning, spoken by a child, very young child, saying that the events that happened were so weird and bizarre that we don't know anything about it because the police covered it up, everybody covered it up because it just couldn't be explained. We then, with footage, the child then continues to say, the classroom, as it just said in the synopsis, the classroom, all the kids of this one lady teacher's class, in the middle of the night, all left the front doors of their houses, and it shows you, and they all with their arms out, and it's very creepy, all just leg it out the front door, running in the same direction in the pitch black, with like that running. If you can imagine that.
I saw the poster of it, and it was given sort of like Nagasaki. You know the famous picture of the girl running in the street.
Yeah,
in Nagasaki.
It's very creepily done. But all but one child is left in the classroom, and then it's basically a 6-chapter story. So it has chapters. Chapter
Running
1,
length?
and
What's
it's
the
in
time?
a couple of hours.
Okay.
And we go through the different characters. So we have. I'm going to have to start wearing my glasses, I swear to God. So we have the teacher played by Julia Garner.
Yeah.
Her mission really is that she's trying to interrogate the one child she's getting tons of shit for basically, it was her class. She must have something to do with it. She must have been teaching them something that told them all to run off in the middle of the night type thing. So she's basically investigating the child that was left. She's trying to get information out of that. We then skip to chapter 2, and we have the father played brilliantly by Josh Brolin. He's one of the fathers of one of the kids that's gone missing. He's obsessed with Julia Garner, the teacher. He's trying to find out what she did. I'll not say too much about what everyone else is doing, but then we have a chapter which is the cop, a chapter which is a drug addict, and the head teacher. So there are 5 chapters. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry, 5 chapters.
What is this in title? So
titles.
Okay,
It
cool.
comes up.
I like
It comes. If I remember, it comes up with I think the name of the person for each thing. And then it all kind of comes into its own at the end, and everything kind of ties together. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. Really good. I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I let it down for me is that what actually happens at the end when you find out what's actually happened, is quite conventional. I thought it was going to be a bigger thing, but it's actually quite a conventional horror trope. What is the actual reason that all these kind of kids went missing? That doesn't mean it's not enjoyable. And when it kind of happens, it's very entertaining. It gets progressively more violent as it goes on. Every actor in it is absolutely brilliant, particularly Benedict Wong. There's some scenes he has to do which must have been really difficult to film. But it's good. A real sense of unease through the whole thing, real sense of dread, and various sporadic moments of quite extreme violence until the last 20 minutes is pretty much full-on craziness. But like I say, the reason being for all that is quite a conventional horror.
Okay. Well, it's definitely on my list. I actually am a bit disappointed that I haven't watched it for this episode because I really wanted to sort of put my piece on it because I really love Barbarians.
Yeah, there's not much else to say about it without giving it away.
Yeah,
but it's good. And it's done really well. Over the 100 million mark. I don't know how much it cost to make, but I think its first weekend it did really well. It's still on at the cinema now, and it's kind of 4 weeks removed.
That goes to show you that story, performance, and execution still mean something. Like there's still films out there that people watch, and it gets word of mouth still to this day, which wasn't really the thing the last 10 years when there was just these kind of movies was just getting absolutely washed away and diluted by the Marvel fatigue and whatnot. So yeah, it's nice as a filmmaker. It's nice to see films that are done well, written well, and executed well, doing well.
If you're like me, where you like horror that gets under your skin, that you think about afterwards, I don't mind watching a slasher flick. Don't get me wrong. I think they're as entertaining as they are, and they're great to kind of put on and watch. But when you're talking that kind of Hereditary type horror and Midsummer and things like that, and then the Barbarian again. It's really well done, and the structure gives it more interest. The fact that it's not just a straight run narrative, that it's divided into chunks. So yeah, that's Weapons. Go see Weapons. I'm giving it 4 stars.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Awesome. That's lovely. I will definitely go and see that, preferably this week if it's still on. I'm assuming it's on.
It is still on. It's still on.
Nice one. Okay, so my review is also horror, and very much not just horror, but very much in that like more than behind the eyes horror, and that was Bring Her Back.
Listen. Listen. Listen.
Some people believe the spirit stays in the body for months after death.
It's working.
We can bring her back.
That's from the people who brought you. Please, if you can find out who the director is, the guy who directed a film called Talk to Me. I don't know if it's the same director. It might be.
Australian horror film directed by Danny and Michael Philippou.
Yes, so the guys who did Talk to Me, which again, did you see Talk to Me?
I did.
I thought it was brilliant.
Is that The Hand?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought it was fantastic. Another film, concept, writing, performance and execution have really shone through, and they've really sort of glistened over any budget it didn't have. And it kept you sort of really creeped out the entire time.
Do you want a synopsis? I've got one.
I want a synopsis for Bring Her Back.
It's quite short, 3 lines. A brother and sister witness a terrifying ritual at a secluded home of their new foster mother.
That is very short.
Very incredibly short.
Because it's way more complex than that. Again, without giving stuff away, Sally Hawkins in this, and she is one of my favourite actors of all time.
Oh yes, I like Sally Hawkins.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
Was she in The Shape of Water?
She was, yeah.
Yes.
Also, if you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I can't remember how long it is, I do like watching short films as well. There's one with her and a fella from Louth.
Bob.
No.
Gary.
No. The guy who's got a theatre named my brain today. Is Bridget Jones's dad. Moulin Rouge. Oh God. What the hell?
Ewan.
No. My brain.
I'm starting the music.
Yeah, you must do. Because this is so simple, and I have my brain over it. Jim Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent.
Right, so Jim Broadbent is... we're digressing a little bit here, but please watch it if you like short films, because Sally Hawkins in this is unreal. And I don't know if it won an Oscar. It could have won an Oscar for a short. If it didn't, it should have done. But it's called The Phone Call or the Samaritan or something like that. I think it could be The Phone Call. But it's about Jim Broadbent calls in, and it's Sally Hawkins on the Samaritan's end of it.
Right.
It's 15-20 minutes long, but it is unbelievable. Probably my favourite ever short I've ever seen. And it just shows you again, performance, writing, and execution just wins over. Very emotional, but that's just a note on Sally Hawkins as an actress. So yes, if you like shorts, go and watch it. I believe it's called The Phone Call, but just type in Sally Hawkins, Jim Broadbent short, and you'll get it. But Sally Hawkins is just, I don't think she's ever missed when I see her in anything. She just seems to be, just always gets the role very, like, bang on. And in this one, she's very unnerving, even when she's so-called sort of like playing it straight and playing it normal, she just does something that makes you, the viewer, know she's not, do you know what I mean? She's playing it as a loving person, as a normal person, should we say, quote unquote, playing it straight. And there's just something there. There's just something there, whether it's looks, whether it's like the way she stares at people and stuff like that. She just puts you on your back foot a little bit from the off. But basically, that's very brief. But two kids go into foster care, and the brother wants to keep. He's too young to have sole custody of his sister, so that some kind of social care period has to happen before he can turn old enough. And then she lands in the care of Sally Hawkins. He notices a few things awry. I think he stays with them as well. I think they both go there, and then there's a thing between him and Sally where they kind of butt in at each other. And without giving any of the plot away, it's very, like, it's not the same in narrative, but in tone it's very like Misery type, you know what I mean, like really off-putting kind of personalities and stuff like that, and the things that person does. But yeah, it's complex. People might have an issue with how complex the actual tale is from start, middle and end. The ending especially, because it's out there. It's very out there, and I think if you're willing to just be like, wow, that's insane, and just soak it up that way, rather than go, oh no, that's insane, and brush it off. But yeah, it was very creepy. Performances are top notch. Music, the cinematography on it just always puts you in sort of like that mood, you know what I mean?
I think I've seen the trailer. It looked really atmospheric.
Yeah, and again, Sally Hawkins, I don't know if if she doesn't get at least an Oscar nomination for it, I'll be surprised, because she is unreal in it.
We're going to have to do, when next year comes around, we're going to have to do an Oscars.
Yes.
An Oscars thing, because it may well be we're very disappointed with what happens.
But basically, I'm finding this hard to do a review on it because of the nature of the story without giving stuff away. Do you know what I mean? But basically, it's a very creepy. It's not what you think. It's definitely not what you think it is when you first watch it or you see the trailer. There's a very creepy child in it, which is in the trailer. I don't think I need to.
Very small child.
Yeah, like that.
That is creepy.
No, if you haven't seen it, as soon as you see this, you'll understand what I'm saying. Yeah. There's this child in it that's just, the makeup and everything is phenomenal. But it's and plays a huge part, obviously. But it's, without giving too much away, it's kind of leaning into sort of like the occult. And what
I like
people
some
might
of that
believe.
cults.
Yeah. But yeah, it's such a.
Were you? But the moments when you were scared. When I watched Weapons, I actually went on my own because Maxine didn't fancy it, and there were bits where I got my hat on, and there were bits genuinely in the cinema where I kind of just got my head down just that little bit while I was waiting for the moment.
And I don't really do that. I think when we spoke about this before as a filmmaker, I think you kind of lose that because I watch it like that's great makeup.
Yeah. You're bound to, I guess.
Yeah, and I hate that in a way. But
I watch things differently now in the review sense. I think, I must remember that bit. Must write that down again.
I think one time I watched a film and I actually sat there. I know it was makeup, but one time I watched a film and I actually sat there and thought that has affected me was Saving Private Ryan, the opening Omaha Beach thing in there. That was a moment where I was like, whilst I know that's fake, that was unreal, and that had everything to do with the shooting style, the frame rate, and everything. It was, but that was a moment where I was in the cinema and I actually thought, Jesus Christ, that is knuckle. But most of the times now, I can appreciate it for what it is. But yeah, it kind of takes the edge away a little bit. But it's certainly the thing for me that makes me feel a bit like is just the performances. Yeah. The performances are really, really creepy. There's some really creepy shit that happens in it. But yeah, it sounds like I'm giving like a generic review on this.
No, because you don't want to give anything away.
Anything I say about this plot could give tons away. It's like knocking down.
I shall definitely seek it out.
Yeah, but definitely watch it. It's cool, particularly if you like talk to me. Yeah. I would say that was a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 is a good run.
Yeah.
I went to see Nobody 2.
You're vacationing in an old bootlegging route, full of drugs, crooked cops, and one woman who controls it all. You didn't take your family there, did you?
Yeah.
You wanted to de-escalate the situation.
De-escalate. No escalating. Guys, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm here on vacation.
Find this nobody. Scorched earth.
I just want a break.
There's no way you were just some family man.
We all have different sides. But most of all, you're a dad. Go fix this shit.
I told you. I'm on fucking vacation!
It is directed by Timothy Tagento.
Okay.
Who didn't do the first one.
Oh.
But he has been responsible for some Indonesian films, horror and action films. Which I didn't know any of.
I can see the link there.
But yes. Starring Bob Odenkirk, of course. A nice, trim 90 minutes. 1.5 hours. Absolutely beautiful. He plays Hutch Mansell, great name. And if you've seen the first one, expect similar, really. Why this succeeds, and it's not brilliant. I really liked it. I didn't love it, but I really liked it. Is that it keeps him grounded, tied back to his family. So it starts off at the beginning where basically he's now kind of back doing his missions for Black Ops or whatever it is. He's out of hiding, but he's very much under the radar. So he's out in the day doing his various jobs, and then he's back home for his tea. More often than not, he's late. That's starting to get on the family's nerves. He'll get up in the morning, and they'll be having the chat for breakfast, and he'll say to his wife, "Oh, I've only got 2 jobs today. I should be home in time," and that kind of stuff. And there are clips of him doing these jobs and dispatching various people in various ways. Nice. And the wife and the family get fed up, and they say, "Right, well, fair enough. I'm going to have a holiday." Gets in touch with his boss and says, "I need a break." And they say, "You don't get a break from this kind of work, but this time we'll let you kind of go away." So they go away to what's basically, like Wally World in National Lampoon's Vacation, like a smaller version of that, like an old time kind of American theme park that's pretty much on its last legs. But he went to as a child, so wanted to go there. And the holiday's going fine, and then his kid gets mixed up with a kid that's in the arcade. They come to blows. Hutch comes in, calms everything down, talks everything down, has his daughter with him, and the mistake made is that one of the security guards, because the daughter I think speaks back to the security guard, clips the daughter on the back of the head on the way out and says, go on, off you go. And Hutch then starts to lose his business. And what of course happens is it turns out that he stumbled onto a big crime syndicate that operates in this tiny little town, and he decides to take them on and sort them out.
Cool.
But it's really enjoyable. Like I say, short run time. The fight stuff's really good, as it was in the first one. Particularly a fight scene on a boat is particularly good. The way it ends, and it'll give it away, but the way it ends, I've seen done quite a lot of times now. And the setting and the situation I've seen done quite a lot now. You'll know what I mean when you watch it. But enjoyable, and I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. If you like the first one, you'll really like the second one, and it's set in a lovely sunny location. And I've decided that I have a thing about weather in films. I like films with snow in, I like films with sun in. You know, 6 out of 5 stars, last year's Roadhouse remake.
Yeah.
Surely an Oscar for anybody who was in it, really.
Sure.
I loved that, and that was mainly because it was set in the Florida Keys. This is another one where the sunshine is beautiful, nice and bright. And
yeah, I agree with that, but then
I also like the darkness and the rain and stuff, like in Seven. But that's what I mean. I'm attracted to weather, extreme weather in films.
So I was just going to say, I don't know what it says about me. If you like the sun,
I like
David
the snow
Fincher,
as well.
Like
yeah,
Seven,
no, I do as well.
Fight Club, really horrible.
Yeah, I just like weather. Yeah. I like it specific to hard rain. That's surely due for a retro.
In every film, the weather's there.
Yeah, but like hard
Whether
rain.
you like it or not.
Have you seen Hard Rain with Christian Slater?
Yeah.
Where he robs the bank and it just rains the entire thing and there's water everywhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
In Black Rain like that as well.
Black Rain set in
Japan, China, isn't it? China.
Yeah, I don't think it rains.
It's somewhere.
It's dark.
Okay, what's the Black Rain reference then?
No, Hard Rain.
Put it in the comments.
Hard Rain.
No, Black Rain. Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
It's called Black Rain.
Yeah.
You said Hard Rain.
No, Hard Rain, Christian Slater.
Yeah, I remember that as well. But I'm just saying, what's his references to Hard Rain? What's your favourite movie with rain in the title?
No, Hard Rain has rain in it. Black Rain doesn't have rain in it.
Are you sure?
It's not, yeah, but it's not. Hard Rain's called Hard Rain because the whole thing is it's like a play on Die Hard, but with rain.
What's your favourite rainy film? Okay.
Yes.
What about Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? I bet you love that.
I do like that.
Yeah,
because it's rainy. I like Twister because it's windy.
Fair enough. Finding out.
I like Alive because of the snow. The Grey with Liam Neeson. That's in the snow.
Cliffhanger. That's
The Thing.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Brilliant.
What about Frozen?
Great weather. No. You've gone too far. You've gone too far.
You don't like when it's frozen?
No,
just
I don't
before.
like it frozen.
Okay.
I don't
Thawed
like.
out.
No, I don't like.
What about Thor?
I don't like singing snow.
Okay.
films.
I don't know what's happening to us today. We're a bit.
No, it's all right. We're fine though.
we're a bit silly
This
today,
coffee's
but
quite
I like
strong.
Okay.
Anyway, that was Nobody 2.
Okay.
And we've got one left that we've both seen.
Yes.
And that was the Thursday Murder Club.
We're all suspects. Bugger.
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 Let's get out there and find the real killer.
You are mixed up in dangerous things.
Ooh, how exciting.
Don't wake the dead.
We need backup. Joyce, Ibrahim, Ron. We need the Thursday Murder Club. If any harm comes to my friends, I will personally be laying a dozen blood-red roses on your coffin.
Now I'll begin by, if I can.
You can.
Can I just say, in my personal opinion, it's only my opinion because everybody remember opinions are opinions and not facts. I thought it was absolute shite.
Yeah, we pre-discussed this, and I can't say it was great, but I certainly can't say it was shite.
Oh, sweet mercy.
I just think with that kind of cast, to say it was shite was a bit
Yeah, but
although a note on the cast was Pierce Brosnan was awful.
Yeah.
Like, he'd phoned it in.
I felt like they came together for the scene, and then it was almost like they were all taken away as far away from each other as they possibly could be for any other time off camera, and then brought back together again. I thought it was so apart from maybe Helen Mirren and the other lady.
Celia Imrie.
I don't know her name.
Yeah,
Is that her name? She
so
was
good.
good. She was the best
She's
one
good in everything.
She was the best one in it. Ben Kingsley looked like he just walked on, said his lines, and walked off.
I don't know. I think what I'm hearing about that is...
He was slightly entertaining.
Yes, because what I'm hearing about that is I feel like we've seen Ben Kingsley play that part somewhere. Do you know what I mean? He does do goofball, like quick.
Yeah, he was very funny in the Guru with Mike Myers.
Yeah, so he
played like a Gandhi character.
Yeah, so I feel like we've seen that from him. But after speaking to Alice's mum, Catherine, who has read all the books, so she went to see it at...
This is my point, but carry on. Yes.
Yeah, so she said that Ben Kingsley actually played it to a T. So that kind of negates my point of like pulling it out from... I thought, well, I would have come on and said straight away that he's played that character before. He kind of just sort of like sits comfortable
But they're playing
there.
to the book.
But if he's done it to the book, then fair enough, you can't argue with that. But Pierce Brosnan was, I think, unanimously, she also said that it was just well miscast, very lazy.
Yeah.
But Helen Mirren and Celia Imrie was just, I thought they was brilliant. And I just think with that cast, I won't say brilliant, but I personally think watching it, I know it's something, I don't know if my mum's seen it yet. Have you, Mum? But basically, I just felt like it was definitely of a generation.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Because you can have films like Cocoon that are for a certain generation that are absolutely out of this world. I think the biggest surprise to me was, so for years now, we've had Richard Osman of Pointless fame, the big tall guy who wrote the books, coming on the news and stuff, saying that these books are doing really well, bestsellers around the world, which they are, is now on, I think, his 5th book or something like that of the same series, so we can expect more. He talked about it had been picked up by Steven Spielberg. And apparently Steven Spielberg was going to direct it, first of all. Then I think he just produced it, and now I think he executive produced it, but he's kind of removed a bit more. Chris Columbus directed it, who's the guy, the 80s guy, who also did the first couple of Harry Potters, I think. Yeah. So we're expecting big things, and when it came on, the first thing I noticed was it looked like an episode of Emmerdale. It was so uncinematic.
Yeah, I can give you that.
And the stories must be good. I haven't read the book, but the story must be good. It must be like a good Agatha Christie type murder mystery, because otherwise it wouldn't have sold so well and have spawned thingy.
Again, I've been told by somebody who's read the books that it is a chapter.
Yes.
So as a standalone, I can imagine that if that's wrapped up in, with a bow, I can imagine a lot of people being underwhelmed with it. Me personally, I thought it was fun.
I just thought there was no drama. You can watch like a. I feel quite angry about it.
No, there's going to be a Thursday Murder Club. There's going to be a Tuesday Murder Club.
Tuesday Murder Club. You can have a murder mystery that is light and fluffy. Agatha Christie films, for example, the Poirot stuff, all those kind of old Peter Ustinov films, all that kind of stuff. But there's still elements of tension. You're kind of wanting to work out yourself who's done it. You're surprised by who's done it.
Yeah.
There's a oh God, I didn't think oof type stuff. Whereas this, when it concludes, I thought, oh, right. Yeah. There was no. Okay. There was no hit. There was no.
Yeah, and to be honest, I kind of second that. Like, I don't think it didn't blow me away, and it wasn't like, oh wow, it wasn't like that. But I just thought for the whole film, I didn't mind it at all. I thought the performance was good. I thought some bits was quite funny. I thought Celia Imrie, for instance, I thought she was really funny. Like when she.
But when you were watching it, your filmmaking creative juices must have been drying up like a barren desert.
Notice I haven't mentioned anything about that.
You must be thinking, my God, the money they had to do this and the setting and the actors, why does it look like I'm watching an advert for a washing
But that was only parts of it. It was some parts of it. It felt very British film.
It was too sharp.
Yeah.
The film was too sharp.
Right. So, what's your start?
I'm giving it 1.
What's the 1 for?
The 1 is for that lady, who I forgot her name again. It was
Celia
brilliant.
Imrie.
Yeah, she gets the star.
Yeah, I might be saying her name.
And I'm not doing that to be controversial. I genuinely thought it was absolute. I watched it all because Maxie was really looking forward to it as well because she loves murder mystery stuff and all that. And even she thought, nah.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it a 2.5.
Right, well that's still crap.
Well, is it what do we say as a recommend?
Well, 3 really.
Oh.
2.5 is just average. It's just like lazy filmmaking.
I mean, just for saying, you know what, 2.5. It's got to say it's 2.5. It was okay. For me,
it was okay. We're not blaming Richard Osman. His books apparently must be really good because everybody's buying them. Well done to him. It's whoever took control of the film. Anyway, so that's the big reviews. Let's now move on to other stuff we've watched.
Okay. Okay, and now back to stuff that we've watched, other stuff that we've watched. So you go first.
Well, I think we both watched this. Happy Gilmore 2.
I don't think you did you?
I didn't. I got halfway, and it feels like coming off the back of Thursday Murder Club that I've gone into some deep anger with the film world.
We need to find a gem for you.
We need to. And Happy Gilmore 2, I watched the first half hour and stopped watching it because I thought it was absolute crap.
Yeah, and I've got to kind of second that now. Happy Gilmore is would be in my top 10 comedies.
Would be me.
And it's kind of put Sandler on the map. Even Billy Madison was I think just previous to that, but he just sort of announced himself on the scene, and I think his whole career has been built off the back of it, and rightly so because it was such a strong original film for comedy. He was like the new Chevy Chase at the time, wasn't he? But I felt this film was nothing but a nod to the first. It was just like if you wanted me to put cash grab in the dictionary, I'd stick that film next to it.
I think the first half hour I watched, I think at least 10 minutes of that was clips from the original Happy Gilmore film.
Yeah.
I just thought it was unfunny. I thought it was lazy. I thought it was just like it was fan service. Like you say.
It was absolute fan service. And basically, I don't mind a nod to the originals and stuff like that here and there. But if they're quite subtle, Sandler's more than talented enough. Yeah. Whether you like him or not, he's another person that people love or hate him, but he's funny. I find it funny. Like 50 First Dates, he's got Big Daddy. He's got some massive things on my comedy list. But he just, like you said, lazy is a great word to use because I just felt like he could have been way more clever. And then here's me talking about intelligence. And he could have done some of the nods to the other films way more subtle than he did, and they would land for me better. Yeah. But they were so in your face. They were so like, look at that, and like there was no thinking to be done. And I was sitting watching it with the family who was into it, and I think two of them had not seen. I don't think my daughter had seen the original Happy Gilmore, so she was kind of taking it at face value, I guess. So maybe there's a positive I can give if you're watching it for the first time. I mean, I could imagine that being a bit confusing as well because you don't know what happened. They are showing you what went on, but they wanted to watch it. But I genuinely also, about 60 minutes in, I was like, I can't finish this. But I did watch it. I did finish it, but it was hard work. And it's a massive
So we were
shame.
disappointed because we were looking forward to that. But basically what we're saying, folks, is that you've got to be, I think even a massive fan of Adam Sandler would watch that and think, but I mean, people watch it. It went straight to #1 on the Netflix
as his
film charts because they do. But then that's because also it's new on Netflix, and everyone tends to kind of watch at least a bit of it. So we're saying, are we saying avoid unless you really want, you've got nothing else to watch. You've watched every other possible film there is to watch on Earth.
I would say, you know, sometimes I say just something in the background. I don't know if I can really.
Maybe while you're assembling furniture. Or so you want just something in the background so you don't feel alone.
There you go. Watch so you don't feel alone.
Yeah, that's our review of Happy Gilmore 2.
We're definitely not getting Adam Sandler on here.
Okay. So what else did you watch, good sir?
So just latching onto the back of the last episode, I hadn't watched, and I'm always playing catch up with you because you're always sharp on watching these films because I'm always off making.
I just don't do as much as you.
But basically, Fantastic Four, got around to watching it and liked it, and I thought your review was pretty accurate. I'll keep it brief and I'll say that it kind of gave me Incredibles vibes, but then I actually sat and thought, well, Incredibles is clearly rubbed from the original Fantastic Four. So it was but it was one occasion where it never felt negative. It just all felt like, you know,
Very simple, like I said, very simple plot, but it kind of worked because, yeah, it just did.
I think
it was just a nice...
Ralph Ineson, the guy who played Galactus, he's well due his flowers, as the kids say.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, they say give him his flowers. They probably don't, but and there'll be kids cringing. If any kids watch this, they'll be cringing at that. We'll have to come up with some right cringers because my daughter hates some of the stuff I come out with. But basically, yeah, and I thought he was great as Galactus. I thought the whole cast. What's her name? Julia, who was in Weapons.
Garner.
I think she's phenomenal. I think in the Ozark, she was unreal.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see the point of her playing the character in this. That was the only thing I could think of. It was a bit of a waste of her. That's what I mean. It could have been. That could have been just a voiceover, I guess. I don't know, but never modelling on it. But at the end of the day, it's her getting into the Marvel thing, and she deserves her flowers.
I liked it as well that it wasn't connected to any other Marvel film. Apart from the post-credit stuff, but I thought that helped.
Yeah, but I love the era, like of the era stuff. I love the sets and stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So definitely recommend that one.
Good. I rewatched. I think I'd only seen it once. Overlord, which actually I wrote down the year. It was older than you think. It is.
It's early 2000.
Excuse me. No, it's not that old. 2018. But I thought it was. I thought it was newer than that. 7 years. Overlord. If you've not seen Overlord, stars Wyatt Russell, who's kind of hot shit. He was also in Thunderbolts recently, wasn't he? A big role in that, and they'll be going forward into Avengers Doomsday. As the same character. Wyatt Russell, and it's kind of a film of. It's not quite cut and dry, two halves like other films we've talked about before, like From Dusk Till Dawn and stuff. But it basically starts as a war film, ends as kind of a horror film. The company, American Soldiers Company, get dropped behind enemy lines in a really well done first kind of 10 minutes where they're in the plane before they jump and all that shit. It's
so good.
And then they fall behind enemy lines and they're given a mission to destroy a radio tower. And what transpires is that within this building, I don't know if it's a hospital or a castle or a church or something, there's a doctor doing crazy experiments on serums and things and super soldiers and all that kind of stuff.
Such a good film.
And so it kind of turns into a zombie film. But it's really well done. The first half, just the war stuff, the beginning of the first half where they're kind of trying to hide from the Nazis and all the rest of it, and the locals are giving them shelter and stuff is really tense, and all that stuff's really good. And then the horror stuff towards the end as well. Really kind of Wyatt Russell, really kind of reminding you of Kurt, and certainly some of the dialogue at the end. His voice sounds exactly the same, especially when he shouts, exactly the same as Kurt Russell. But yeah, it's a great film. So if you've not seen Overlord, it was directed by, I didn't write it down, but when I looked, the guy never really went on to do much else, and hadn't done anything particularly brilliant before, so it was almost like a bit of a one-off thing for him. But yeah, if you've not seen Overlord, watch Overlord.
Put the director's name up here, I'm sure.
I'll put the director's name up.
Yeah, I definitely second that. I've seen that film probably 3 or 4 times, and I love it. And yeah, it's
underrated gem, I'd say.
Yes.
I've written down here. It's one of those underrated gems that not many people maybe know about. Right up there with Deep Rising.
You're going to show a trailer. Deep Rising.
Have you seen Deep Rising?
Yeah.
Treat Williams on the cruise ship. Absolutely fucking brilliant. But another underrated gem. We'll do underrated gems one day.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's and then we both watched the first 4. Well, I've seen the first 4 episodes. I don't know how many.
I've seen the first 4. Is it?
Yeah. Next one's out today because this goes out.
I don't know if you want to go first, mate.
I'll go first and say that I am enjoying it. I'm disappointed that, and this was what I was wanting personally, was I was hoping for aliens running around New York. I haven't got that. I've got something very different that almost still feels like I'm in space, even though it's set on Earth because of the settings. Let's say spoilers, shall we? Spoilers, Alien 1 to 4 spoilers. So the crash site, and then now on the island, that they've moved from the crash site to the island, both feel almost as if they could be in space to me. I'm not getting alien Earth vibes.
No.
They're not running around San Francisco Bridge like I would have loved to have seen, but then maybe it was a big ask. So
I don't think it
whilst
was.
I've been disappointed with that, I will say that I am pleased, and we may differ, that it wasn't slowed down to typical TV show structure.
The last episode definitely was.
Yes, it was. But I thought we'd be waiting until at least episode 7 before we saw an alien.
Right,
Whereas straight out the gate, we've got alien action, and those first 3, there was actually quite a lot of the various of the is it 5 different species that are on the ship that landed?
And one of them.
The eyeball one. The eyeball one's brilliant.
Really?
It doesn't look scary, but what it does is quite horrific.
Yeah. So, is that
we said spoilers, but yeah, so the eyeball one basically takes over a host, a living host.
Pops their eyeball out.
Pops theirs out, takes its place, and controls them.
I liked it, then I hated it.
Oh, hated.
Then I thought it was alright, then I hated it.
Oh God, 2 hates. Double hate.
So at the minute, I'm on the down curve with it.
You're on the down.
So here's my problem with it. It's another Trojan horse show that is perfectly fine in and of itself, great writing, some good performances and stuff like that. But it doesn't really connect. It finds the fact that it's trying hard to connect to the franchise is where it falls down. Whereas if it was trusted to be its own TV show and it didn't have to lend and lean on a franchise, then it would probably be far better for me. Andor, I'm going to upset some people, but Andor's another version of it. Doesn't look, sound, or feel like Star Wars to me. It probably does to other people, and I've seen loads of people talking about, well, Star Wars needs a bit of intelligence. No, it doesn't. Star Wars needs lightsabers, it needs robots, it needs very
I
basic
liked
stuff.
Andor.
Right, yeah, so as a program, it's okay. As a show, it's okay. But as a Star Wars spin-off, it's awful. This Alien is exactly the same to me. It is trying so hard to connect, and that's why every now and then when it can feel like it's flagging, it throws a xenomorph in. At first, it felt like the first episode felt like I was watching Scream with aliens in. It was just like a slasher flick.
Yeah.
The second episode looked like it was trying to set up for something a bit more fleshed out and going into something like what you said about the aliens was going to get out and go into like the general public. And then it just turned into this thing that reminded me of something like V, you know, with Robert Englund. Like I just had these really weird like vibes of people just being creepy. And now Alien, the films were so successful, particularly the last scene in Alien with Sigourney Weaver in her underwear and the aliens asleep on a thing. That scene, for me, encompasses the Alien franchise. It was all about something so fucking terrible, like almost impossible to kill, and you, a human, with no clothes on, like that, like fear of that, how that, and the aliens have always been, in the 2 films and the franchise going forward, they've always been just mindless killers. And they've tried to make it something it isn't. Now people are talking to the aliens, are trying to give the aliens like
well,
a
she's
backstory.
we've got a cute cuddly alien now, haven't we? Because at the end of episode 4 she's
and also
tickling its business.
And also this notion that it was always about humans in that survival in that scenario. This constant, and this is one of the reasons I don't like the prequels as well. This massive interest in the androids, this massive interest in the synthetics.
Well,
you don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're just synthetic.
I will say that the guy, the actor, I don't know his name, who plays the cyborg.
Timothy Oliphant.
No.
Oh,
he's the synthetic.
Yes, he's good.
He's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's good.
He's going to pop up in loads of stuff.
Yeah,
he's got a real presence.
Yeah, he's good, and he's playing that well. But again, and I've seen a lot of people talking about the guy who's playing the Mark Zuckerberg type dude.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine for 10 minutes, but he's just playing the same thing for the whole show. And every time he comes on screen now, I'm zoning out.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
So
I even like the kind of kids in the hybrid. They call hybrids, aren't they? The kids in the bodies. I think that works. Every now and then you're reminded of the fact that they are kids.
In the future, we're being now trying to be told that there's no warning system that a spaceship can just crash land into the thing. There's no warning system.
Yeah, but you're gonna drive yourself mad, Jamie.
Yeah, I just kept watching it going. What are you expecting? You must think I'm a fool. That's what I just kept thinking like the whole time I was watching it.
Maybe they do.
Yeah, they probably do, and it's me. They think me. But basically, one thing I will say is I'm going to go watch it all the way through the end because I love Alien. Right?
Yeah,
I think it is
going to get
better. That's why they do this Trojan horse thing, because they
Yes.
know that people, the big fans, are not going to switch
Yes.
off, and they're going to get at least love it or hate it.
Yeah.
They know the fans are going to watch it, and that gets their viewership
In the
up.
trailer, I did see men with guns walking around a forest, so I'm assuming that the aliens are going to be freed and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still, like I said, the biggest disappointment for me is I wanted aliens swinging off the San Francisco Bridge, climbing up the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
That would have been great fun.
One big thing.
This is trying to be a lot more intelligent than I think it
One
needs
big
to be.
thing I can't stand is this is supposed to be right up to Alien.
I think 2 years before.
Yeah. You're now expecting us to believe that those people on that ship have no idea what this alien
I
is.
did think that myself.
And that's just like, why put it there? So yeah, for me, I'm gonna watch it all the way through, and I hope that it pulls itself out of this dive. But for me, at the last episode 4, I did my absolute best not to turn it off.
Right.
Because I was struggling.
Well, it's keeping my interest, and I too shall continue with it. I thought the last episode wasn't as good as the first 3, but I think the next episode will be full balls to the wall alien action.
Let's hope there's enough in there for everybody, because I'm not averse to talky episodes and shows and stuff like that, and fleshing out characters and giving them backstories. But when you're diverting away from what made that franchise what it is, you are taking the piss, I personally think. And I think that you are trying to get your product, your art, and instead of having the brave and the boldness to just go, right, this is my show, this is my story, have a look at this, they're putting it in, it's a Trojan horse, they're putting it in the guise of a franchise, and then trying to figure out how, the fact that they're trying to then figure out where they want to put this in is what makes it bad for them. Whereas if they were just allowed to freely go and say, this is a show.
You've got angry now.
Yeah, you have.
I was angry earlier, but now you're angry.
Yeah, but it's because I love Alien so much. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like somebody did it to Back to the Future, I would probably go and find them.
Yes.
And I'd get physical. But yeah.
So
anyway.
so that's a mixed bag. I'm saying yes, you're saying maybe.
I'm saying two episodes I hated. The first one I liked. Third one, I think it was the third. I can't remember what order. It was okay, but 2 of them so far I disliked.
Right. Let us know what you think
anyway,
in the comments
that's Alien
about
Earth. Let's hope it gets better. Okay, is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Wrap us up.
Okay, so don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, write us a letter.
Sing us a song.
Your address will put send it to
my home address.
Send some postcards to Howlin' Jacks. And most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, guys, that was this episode, and catch you on the next one.
Thank you.